Welcome back to the Middle-Aged Minecrafter, Chapter 3. We're going to pick up right where we left off. We are just started the very first stop here on the black line, and we are going to ride off into the northern yonder. Oh, okay. Well, we have a stop here at 19, which I believe I showed you in the last episode. So we will continue on. So yes, here is like how the blue level is going to be, and I even, started carving out at the edges and whatnot. A very overambitious project that has become neglected, as many will be, such as this rail line here. Okay, 400 is the perfect division of the line, but you can see I originally did not have the line at 400, and apparently I decided to move it because it bothered my aesthetical nature. It bothered my nerdiness. Oh, hey, that's handy. Stairs. Did I show you this? I don't know if I did, but look at this goofiness. This is what we did. We carved this mountain in half, all the way clean through, down to here, for the fun of it. So, yeah, I guess that's why I feel like I can maybe hollow this mountain out. Then I'll have to sew it back together, I guess, with some proper rocks to make it look like it was there all along. Engineered, hollowed out mountain, so I can get a white cat and play evil mad scientist. Okay, so here, look, 410. This is my original line. If we get on it now, it should properly work. Yes. Comes out in a very beautiful area at the top here. Look. Isn't that neat? I don't know why that dirt is floating there. I didn't do that. Anyways. You didn't get a lot of chance to look at it, but it's pretty nifty. Some more jungle biome over here. And as you can see, we are bailing due north. Of course, due directions are the only ones that you can get. So, again, like most rail lines I have built at this point, I have not figured out. I could just put a redstone block in here to power my power rails. So each one of these has an adjacent torch, which I liked to use glass. I was trying to be systematic about it, this being the black line. Every 33rd block, which was to hold a power rail, is out of obsidian. And I used black smoke, whatever, tinted glass to hold the torches. So the idea is when you're lost and running around, you can quickly identify by a color coding system what line it is. Of course, I don't follow this very consistently, but I did attempt it. At one point, the terracotta line is made of, does the same thing with using a yellow terracotta block every 33rd one. Maybe I used yellow tinted glass. I don't know. But all these torches are going to be obsolete in the future. I'm excited about having a use for all those. Oh my, that was nasty. All those redstone blocks I've acquired and hoarded. Okay, here we are coming on the village of Winterfell, simply named after its north, Game of Thrones. And a train station. This is the first train station I've shown in the series. And it's an interesting choice for the first one because this is not a standard one. This is like a special fancy double one. But the idea was I'd have these rail lines traveling high in the sky, and they would be used to connect villages like this. And that meant coming up with a easement down to ground level rail system very conveniently. I put brakes here. I can turn them off or on and decide if I want to let the minecart pass through the village or stop at the village if I just want to keep going between here and home over and over. I don't want it to go farther than this. And the idea was we would make these train stations out of pink wool and purple concrete with purple windows, so they would be highly visible as stuff we made and designate a town and a train station for when you're fumbling through the woods in the dark and you've gotten lost and you're not paying attention to your coordinates for some reason, which really provide your answer to anything. And it looks like we've done some work here. A little bit of road paving here and there. Villages do not come paved with polished anthracite, so that must have been my doing. I haven't spent a bunch of time here or built up the villagers or anything, but did establish this nice little sort of northern super base. The sign doesn't have many numbers on it yet. When we get to the green line, there's some sections where the numbers and the sign formatting is worked out really nicely. How much you want to bet one of these has smooth stone in it? One of these is full of smooth stone? Oh, that's some white cotton. There we go. I knew it had to be around here somewhere. Okay, so moving on as we proceed further north into yonder. Now, another bit to the story of being lost for long periods of time, trying to find our home. We were gonna come up on a big fat desert section, and in this desert section, I found one of those holdout tower things that they normally have a bunch of enemies to fight in it, but because it's peaceful, I don't have them. And being lost and desperate and not knowing what to do, I decided to construct a tower out of sandstone so I could get way up in the air, maybe see for distances, because I knew I was looking for my base in a desert, but I had been in the wrong desert forever, probably running in circles and who knows what else. So I found this village. I decided to build a big tower as a landmark that I could see. And of course, while building it, I fell off that tower at some point and died. Now, after that respawning, I didn't know where I was again. And actually, it was after that event that I started building the railway in the sky for thousands of blocks towards the end. There's oh right, this is an abandoned village where I did some tree farming, but a proper one with the cobwebs. There's another village up here too. Oh, we have a stray minecart just hanging here. It's annoying when you come across those when you're not paying attention, because then you get bounced the other way and you end up back where you were, and you thought it was safe to leave the room, and the thing would just take you to where you wanted to go. It's an interesting pile of gravel there. Anyway, the tower I fell off, I lost for like over a year. I could not find that tower again. Forever and ever. It seemed almost like a fever dream memory. But of course, one day I did find it, and it is up here. And in all my meanderings, I don't know how close I came to it, if I did. But yeah, so it was kind of a weird, interesting rediscovery, finding that tower after so much time, because it was very early in the game. There was another village. You can see I've built the rail dip and depot, but not the train station. That's probably how most of them are. They're just open, exposed element rail lane. And you'll notice there's some double power rails here. And I believe what was going on was some sort of experiment to try to get minecarts and trolley cars to transfer themselves, but it didn't work. They all just ran out of momentum and bounced off each other, and it was not worth the hassle. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is a bit of obnoxious engineering. My river in the sky being suspended by glass over a gaping hole that looks like it's not rendering, but no, that's what it looks like. I carved that out like a time-wasting nut. Sorry, the old PlayStation here is not real quick at rendering the world. Because there's my tower. Look at that. Couldn't see it until we got here. Oh my gosh. Yes, whoa. It won't stop. It just keeps going. We missed all the interesting bits. So yes, I've fancified the tower quite a bit since I rediscovered it. And then while poking around in the holes near the tower back here, we discovered not one, not two, but 3 abandoned mines full of resources. And that's why I built this big crazy base here, because it was a central location for mad resources and loot. There's, almost an entire chest full of flint. I'm not sure why I have this many fruits and vegetables. There aren't any villages or anything around here. Surely that's the lapis that this whole endeavor produced. I've shipped all the iron out of here. I found all this abandoned rail, or at least maybe that equivalent. All those minecarts. I just finding minecarts like crazy everywhere all the time. Anyways, bunch of stuff in there. So you've got this section, and if you ride this was all abandoned mine, and it still continues a little bit down that way. And I guess sometimes you get bored digging and you just start running through caves and to see what there is, and you light them up and you end up many, many blocks away, and then you find another abandoned mine, and this is how you just keep expanding and blowing out the map. You can see here, well, we're heading south again now, but 2,300 blocks north is considerable. And of course, we're 1,300 maybe, whatever, blocks east. So we're not even that far east of our base, but we went quite a bit north. And you can see just this basic unpolished rail line goes to a base here. You can see the remnants of wood, and yeah, did a lot of mining down here. Like just hallways and hallways of pillaging the earth for its resources. So this was like the third, or maybe this was the second. Doesn't really matter. There was 3 of them down here. No smooth stone. Huh, there must be another chest of it somewhere else. Okay, let's go back. Going back. Remember, this is just the overview tour. I'm not going to try to get too in-depth with anything. just sort of a lot of silly traveling and whatnot. We're producing out the legend and the map of the whatnot. These are all the real-time rides. If we start, I don't know, doing missions down here, I'll speed this uninteresting footage up so that you can have it and not have to wait for it. But we're going to take the other rail line and go check out the Glass River from underneath. Another monumentally ridiculous engineering project for no reason other than you can. And that's why I have a river suspended in glass. We gotta jump down to this rail line. And this is not the only place you will see this pattern of diorite and granite flooring. Oh look, here's a whole nother level. It's kind of done in a reverse thing. What's my obsession with making levels of mines that are completely open? Everything is a resource. Every block of smooth stone, or this regular stone here, if you mine it with a silk axe, you can straight up trade that to stonemasons. You just get a village, you make a bunch of villagers, you make a bunch of stonemason job blocks, and you got a bunch of stonemasons. And you can just make emeralds selling them this basic run-of-the-mill stone. And they buy the granite and the diorite and the anthracite. It almost doesn't matter what you collect out of the game. You can make money off of it, pretty much. Except for maybe gravel, but you can make concrete out of that if you really want. So these are the historical remnants of the fact of this was a abandoned mine. The cobwebs are still in there. And I'm not sure if it's because I didn't have the right tool to harvest them, or I just wanted to leave them there to be bizarre. And yes, look at this ridiculous engineering thing. There's the river encased in glass, a natural river that goes over through here. And boy, talk about tiptoeing around nature. And then you got these stairwells. And the idea here, see, look, there's more of the abandoned mine evidence. I think maybe one abandoned mine did I fully, properly clean out and get every little scrap out of it. But there are 3 of these glass, and well, there's supposed to be, is this the 3rd one? Yeah, there's supposed to be 3 of these glass enclosed observation levels. This doesn't make sense. What's going on here? Oh, okay. This was supposed to be how I built the Glass River. This was a secret maintenance hatch for the engineers of the Glass River. Okay, here we go. Here's the 3rd observation deck. It's not that impressive once you're inside of it. It's just for show. And some more behind the scenes. All right. So, and then the obnoxious glass floor, so I can see through. Oh yes, this had total gorges of death here. You had a river right next to these nasty gorges. I'm pretty sure there was lava down there. I think that's obsidian. So anyways, very dangerous. And that's why we have a safety floor built in. I just love how you can see through it and see the lit up bits of mine in there. It gives such a nice unclaustrophobic perspective of it. All right, that's enough bragging and pride taking in that. And you can just, I don't know, I've picked up projects like very recently I kind of started working on the home base a little bit, which is something I haven't worked on in a while. And in addition to that, there's more to be done. Can always be improving and tweaking and refining, and that's why it's a sandbox game, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and skedaddle. We gotta check out the tower, of course. We just flew through it before, so we didn't really get to see any of its neat features. I don't know why I like the big, empty, long rooms. It takes all the mystery out of things. So there's a crazy room full of materials. See what I mean about the smooth stone? Look, this is just chests of it. I've maybe started digging into it, or I haven't finished filling it up. I'm not sure. But boy, I know where to find it if I want to build it. And this is where having, 20 shulker boxes. Hello, thank you. 20 shulker boxes would make me happy, because then I could actually move ridiculous quantities like that. Did my minecart go all the way up? Huh. So this is ground level. This is the cages for golems and this crazy tower that I found on, the third day I played Minecraft or something ridiculous. I believe this is another abandoned village. I don't think I've ever given it a name. I should run over here. Yeah, it's definitely abandoned. You can see the cobwebs. So yeah, there could be some pilfering to do in here. Look, free bed. An old green moldy bed in an abandoned village is always a good bet. Is there a bell? Look, they still have carrots in the ground. It's so old, there's cobwebs. What is this? This is a... weird. It's a composter with trapdoors on it. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's interesting. Well, I don't see a town bell. Probably is one somewhere. So just import a couple of villagers here and give them some bread and potatoes. Build a few extra beds. And eventually, you'll have this village going again. I don't see a bell, though. I suppose you could always buy one or make one. I don't know if you can make them. Okay. And I'm sure I've been through here and found the treasure box. Let's go back into the tower. Anytime I see a golem in there, I free them. It seems like the nice thing to do. And there's some sort of beacon over there for some reason. Who knows what that's about? And of course, the rail line could go that way and further, but I don't need to make this map any bigger. These are ovens. These are kind of cool that they're, or furnaces. Kind of cool when they're built in the floor aesthetically like that. Hey, smooth stone. Alright, I guess I gotta chase my minecart up there. There's nothing valuable in here, is there? No? Cool, interesting stuff, but... huh. Okay. So, yes, you can obviously turn on the brakes and stop at this level. And these are always fun, these corner roller coasters that I make. Can't believe that roller coaster, the minecart went all the way up here without me. Oh my, this is tedious. It's probably around the corner. There he is. Alright, well, we'll get back in there in a minute. Because, you can see, this is just the good old 86 Sky rail traveling level. And got this separate coaster. We're gonna ride up to the observation deck, 100 blocks into the sky, and look as far as the PlayStation will render, which is dozens and dozens of blocks away. I must have been pilfering mad sand in there. What a sloppy job. I've done of it too. Okay, back down. Oh, that cart came off the track. Okay, ready? Here we go. Go, go, go. Alright, we're gonna head back to the base. This pretty much will conclude our northern adventure. Pretty sure I've been farther east than this. I must have been. There we go, another view of the River of Glass. Kind of too bad the rail blocks over this one wall. You can't see that particular junction from here. And there's some fun, dangerous lava back there. All right. So, as we travel back, go ahead and tell you we're gonna go on and do we'll start in with the green line for episode chapter 4. I'm still unsure as to... It's natural to say episode, but I want to call them chapters. I don't know why. Preference, choice. Wow, look at all those bees. Hey, I have another village about 20,000 blocks away I'd like you to live in. Hey, this town has villagers too. That's pretty cool. But if we go down the green line, we're going to get to the town of Portishead, which is the biggest and most advanced, most populated village that I have. I've worked on that one quite a bit. And it serves me pretty well. It was the first village upon, lots more exploring. It was the closest village that we could realistically trade with, and we were able to build a direct rail line to it. And so that's why a lot of efforts were concentrated there. We put a lot of effort into Holland, which is way down in the 2200 south block of our base. And that was very good, but we were boating there the whole time, and I didn't want to just build a rail line directly to that one village when we knew Portishead was even closer. And that's when we kind of decided, let's build a big circular rail line that connects all of them. And so there you have the green line, and you can ride it in a big circle from the home base right back to the home base, especially if you have all these switches set up. It'll go nonstop, and it takes about 20 minutes. Just getting started with the depth and scale of this Minecraft world. It goes a very obnoxious amount to the west, and that is because the Woodland Mansion generated way, way out there. I'd seen some playthrough from a couple of other people on YouTube, and I remember them complaining that the Woodland Mansion was 10,000 blocks away. And so when I was taking a map and running with mine out there, I was expecting it to be about 10,000 blocks away, maybe 9, maybe 11. But no, it was 18,000 blocks away. It was kind of hard to stick it out. I started really doubting it. It took forever to run, because I pretty much think I got the map in Portishead, which is about 2,000 blocks west. And the Woodland Mansion, it's 2,000 blocks west and 200 blocks south. The Woodland Mansion is 18,000 blocks west and 9,000 blocks south. It really is obnoxiously far away. Might as well be 30,000 blocks. And I have not only built a railway that goes all the way there, I have built an alternate railway that comes all the way back. And I have some other significant rail projects. I've kind of lost count of how much rail I've built, but if you take all of the numeric totals that I will eventually hopefully calculate and come up with, I guess you could get a rough idea. But I'm pretty sure I must be up to 50,000 rail in the whole game by now. I mean, that Woodland Mansion line by itself is truly, truly obnoxious. I mean, just from the base to Grand Bavaria Station is 8,000. So 50,000 might actually be an underestimate. There's a lot to explore and to see. Here's this sweet little cove again. Should maybe do some aesthetic work on that, just to make it a little more sensible. Alright, so this is where my rail line is broken. We got our minecart back, along with our extra bonus minecart that we found. And almost there. Getting ready to end the episode. But, of course, on this silly channel, geographical coordinate continuity matters. And therefore, I want to break at the episode in the same square. Come on, who has a lava tunnel? Who does that? That's silly. Of course, you know, other people have thought of a million more clever things I never have. I think that's what amazes me about the things I do in the game, is they're impressively pointless. That's the best way to sum it up. Impressively pointless. Okay, so we are going to go down the green line next, and I'm looking forward to showing that all to you. And we're going to go ahead and, you know what we ought to do before we head out is we ought to feed our pets. You should always feed your pets. It keeps them... What, I don't have any fish? Oh, I can only feed the dogs. Well, the cats are so picky, they don't like this fish. Alright. Do cats eat chicken? Hey, you want some chicken? No? Well, if you weren't so picky, I would feed you. Dogs will eat anything except fish. Hey, Pugsley, you want some chicken? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, buddy. And you can have some chicken, Pubert. And you just want music. Ever since I gave you birdseed, you've never been hungry again. Homer, have some chicken. Vip and Vap. All right. There. And we've done something kind for animals. I'll get you some fish later. All right. We are going to end the episode now. Thank you very much. And let's see. Let's get a nice shot lined up here. Yes, very good. 105. Till next time.